Oh, are we live?
Hello, hello.
Yo,
How's it going? Let's
it's super.
let me sort out
Can
my.
you, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you all right. Can you hear me?
Okay, good. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, I'm probably going to keep it um
Are you
open
editing this afterwards, or is it just raw? You upload it?
because it's live. We are live.
Oh, we are live. Oh, I thought it was some like podcast kind of concept.
No, no, no. We are live. So essentially, I was gonna put I'm gonna share my screen so we can have something on chart because definitely let's um
Is the whole TMS gang here as well?
I posted it. I'm streaming on YouTube actually and
Hmm.
X. So
Shit.
YouTube, X, and what's the other one? LinkedIn. So I've got about 5K followers on LinkedIn.
Nice. Well, let's see how many checks in.
Well, we got 5. So we have a bit of a topic because I think it's quite. Everyone knows what the topic is. I think it's quite good to really have a discussion with these about these things, as people are too afraid to come out in the open. I think.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot of money on the line.
Yeah, I don't know what they're losing because they're not really losing anything. I think they're just learning.
No, no, but I mean, from the perspective that there there are a lot of investments made in Web3, and you don't always want to look behind the curtains to see what's going on, you know? Or you don't want to admit what's going on, maybe. Better to say.
Yeah, I was so I was running a bit late because I went to the gym and I didn't realize I got a bit excited. I
Mm,
got a bit excited and we went a bit over time. So
that's
that's,
super.
anyway. So welcome back to the show and welcome back actually to the market, Kingston. I was going to put the camera on for a bit, but I'll probably put it on a bit later.
Cheers, brother. That's super nice of you to say. I know you already know this, but for the rest of the TMS community, I just became a dad, well, half a year ago, but still. So that's why where I disappeared to. Parental leave in Sweden is it's not bad.
Uh, yeah, for some. Look at mine. Look at the mess as a parent. I'll just I just turn my camera
Super.
on for 2 seconds, but
Yeah,
yeah. Anyway, so the office looks messy as heck, and
that's
so
the benefits of having kids.
yeah, definitely. So we got a bit of we got a bit to talk about, right? So let's talk about cold, open, and market farming. I mean, look, no one's talking about how people are being liquidated of their funds. They're going in the market, they're investing, but they're following their favorite influencers, and they're suddenly losing money. So, three things are happening: liquidity manipulation and market making. So essentially, someone uses a market maker to buy and sell, making look like there's volume in the chart when there isn't. And there's bots, AI bots now, making more money than real people. So some smart people out there have actually managed to get AI to trade for them. Some of them
But
are not very good.
isn't that just a rumor still?
No, not really, no, because there are actually some good tools that are really working well.
Shit.
Jared is actually killing it right now.
Really?
He is absolutely killing it. Yeah. I don't know if anyone knows Jared from Subway, but if you actually Google it, Jared is absolutely killing it. So that's
Is that the same guy who was using the Ethereum exploit for a long time?
yep, that's the same guy, but now he's got Bev
Jesus.
He's got he's really, really probably one of the richest crypto guys in the market at the moment. Let's
We need to start doing what he is doing, huh?
yeah, but eventually you get caught, right?
That is true.
Because
That is true.
we're both dads. I don't think we want to risk.
No, definitely not. He's pissing off the wrong people all the time.
That's the thing, because you got a project, you're launching your business, and what happens? Someone just comes on, bam, destroys your project. And really, that's not. Yes, it is a decentralized market. I get it, but then again, it's what measures people take. I technically say, if you're launching on blockchain and you don't take the right measures, you're to blame. You don't blame someone else for your how do I say it politely?
Incompetence.
Yes, there you go. But that's still polite enough.
Polite enough.
polite enough. So yeah, Jared is making a killing. So you've been away for a bit. So what do you think? Coming back to the storm of a market, what do you think? What do you think is going on? How do you feel about
I
crypto?
mean, I feel like the greed is at an all-time high. It feels like it matches the all-time high of BTC as well. And I'm just trying to figure out what. So for me, there's a little bit of catching up to do since I've been away for half a year. But I'm also trying to see where are we headed. That's actually where I'm a little bit more like curious. Where my focus is a little bit more like where is the market heading? Can we predict something? Can we be 1 or 2 steps before the market or ahead of the market somewhere? So that's where my focus lies right now. Other than that, I think that it's interesting what you say about liquidity being stolen left and right, and it goes hand in hand with that. Like, are we going to see compliance at any time here? Like what happens to the regulation? What happens to compliance? What happens to regulatory bodies? Who is going to keep these individuals in check?
Who knows? This is the issue. Who knows? Because eventually, what's going to happen is there's going to be two sides. There's going to be how we go in politics, far left and far right, right? And I think there's going to be a lot of yes, there is look, compliance is already in place at the moment, but people don't seems to think that we're not being regulated. We are fully being regulated. Just FYI, everybody. But the issue is we have is how manipulation is happening at the top level. So like we can start with something simple, right? Let's start with Uniswap V3, right? It looks deep, but it isn't. Why? Because it concentrates on liquidity. LPs choose where to deploy their capital, so the illusion of depth disappears fast with volatility, like with volatility moves. So we're seeing LPs getting wrecked on implement loss again. Protocols are paying out incentives just to keep pools alive, especially in alt layer 2 ecosystem. So that's not sustainable.
Yeah, of course of course it's not sustainable. It's one of the big challenges, but that's why we should maybe look to use launch pads or more controlled environments and not go full ape into the decentralized market.
Yeah, not well. Do you think though launch pads are the right way? Because they got a bit greedy last cycle, right? And they really did destroy a few projects.
I mean, I think that so in a capitalistic system, every business has its own agenda of making as much money as possible, right? I'm not saying that it's good necessarily for the launch pads to be that greedy. I agree with you. They took huge shares of the company tokens, and it had a big negative impact on every launch. So it's I think that we need more compliance. We need more regulators. We need to get some rules. We need to agree on a set of rules, and we need the controllers to make sure that people follow them. And that's hard in crypto when everyone
Yeah,
can be anonymous.
agree. But look at this, right? I'll just put a screen up. So we're talking a bit about DeFi, right?
Mm.
How is it right? You've got jump trading, so venture capital, okay?
Hmm.
Return, so that their ROI for investment is 284x.
It doesn't sound sustainable to me.
So who are they selling in? Who are
Hmm.
they selling, right? Who are they selling on? So you buy, so essentially the portfolio is Solana, Lido, etc., right? But who are they selling on? If they're making 287x, so bear in mind these people don't invest a little bit of change. They're selling on the retail investor, right?
Yeah,
So another
that's
like
they took it straight from the traditional market playbook with
yeah,
IPOs. Like it's sell it on the public market. That's when they do that.
but look at
Most
this,
of them
right?
do their
You
exits.
got Yeez Labs, right? Which is like obviously doing things um fairly good, I think. 6x, and they have more money, more capital. It's run by CZ, and they got 6x, right? Because they're doing things probably sustainably, not killing things.
Yeah,
And then you've got like, and you go above to these like e-girl capital, 37x, jump crypto, 46x, Anderson, 61x. Like, you know, we can talk about this all day, right? We talk about like, oh, DeFi. DeFi is great if things are done correctly. So I would say like jump straight,
but
and I wouldn't
I
invest
think
in.
that they just show the symptoms of the underlying problem.
Mm,
They are just doing what it's possible to do. All these things are better regulated in the traditional market, and I think that the crypto market needs to be regulated similarly.
100% in a way. There needs to be like, it's just, there can be protocols on chain as well, right? It doesn't need to be centralized regulation.
No, absolutely not. I'm just saying that we need a rule book to make it much harder for bad actors to jump in for short-term profits instead of actually going for something sustainable and wanting to build in the Web3 space.
Yeah, 100% agree. It's just like some people go, oh, like midnight, you're a bit salty, you shouldn't be like saying this, profit is profit. No, it's not. If you actually take, there's people that put their last dime thinking they're trading something, and they're losing. Why? Because someone thinks profit is profit.
And it hurts everyone in the end anyways, because there is only so much liquidity. And for every person who gets burnt, that's potentially someone who will never touch crypto again.
100%. And we're responsible for educating these people, right? And we're just sitting there going, oh yeah, look, you made 100x. Well, if you want something to work long term and to work for the people, it has to be actually fair. It has to be for the people, not just for the few. This is the issue we have now, right?
Yeah.
Where it's become for the people with deep pockets. And what was Bitcoin made for? Like, let's remind ourselves. Was it made for the banks, or was it made for the people?
Yeah, it's totally true. And we see how the banks are struggling right now. They are jumping on the bandwagon slowly.
Of course they are, because like they've made, you know, average trader, average banker made a killing. Why?
Yeah.
Because whose money are they using actually to make these profits? Again,
They would never risk their own money. Come on, we
of
know that.
course, again, yours. I'll tell you a story, and I can't tell you which bank it is because I used to work with these banks a long time ago. But there used to be traded between banks. So essentially, within the bank, the traders would trade against each other, so they'd each make money within the bank themselves. And
Beautiful.
this happened prior 2008, right? Until like, regulation kicked in and kind of like that made that shouldn't be possible. So until they had to report every single trade. So now the banks every morning will get targeted in the UK, at least. It probably happens everywhere else as well, but will randomly get picked by the FCA, and they have to report all their trades every day. But they'll get randomly picked and get a call in the morning and say, "This trade happened at this time. Who did it? Why? What are you doing?" You know, which is good.
Yeah, it is good. It is good. But who has the authority or who has the power to also then implement these changes into the Web3 space? Because right now it's like it's still like 10 years later. Bitcoin started almost 15 years ago, a little bit more, and look at where we are now. Like we haven't gotten anywhere with the safety nets that would make it a place where people can actually, like everyday Joes can use it. People are getting scammed left and right. There are no guardrails. There is no protection.
True. Look, I've just posted the Bitcoin chart. It's looking quite good. Look at that. It's looking very good. Look, we're definitely going to see a few record-breaking moves sooner or later. But I fully agree with you, and you're absolutely right. Right. Bitcoin started 15 years ago, but then it's going to be one of these. It's going to be a bit like gold.
I agree. But the consensus in the Web3 space is that it's a store of value, and it means that you could have digital assets that actually carry value. But if we are going to have that system, we also need to improve the security of it.
True. Talking about security, have you heard about, everyone's talking about Mika and the SEC, yeah? But a few people's attention, the attention is not what's happening on the DeFi space. Have you seen what Uniswap is doing?
I haven't heard it yet, no.
Yeah, Uniswap is doing, you can Google it actually. Uniswap is doing front-end geo-blocking. So if you're
What are they trying to achieve with that?
essentially trying to block you from using Uniswap in certain regions.
Yeah, but what would the benefit from that be?
I don't know. Like, there's not much. It's kind of a silent rollout. There's not much into it. It's like they're saying they're trying to be Mika compliant, but I don't know how that makes them Mika compliant, because Uniswap is a decentralized liquidity provider. Well, they don't provide the liquidity; they hold the liquidity. And there's like obviously the other silent things happening at the moment is KYC tokens being tested on mainnet, which is crazy. And you got MetaMask partner compliance hints. There's a lot of things going on at the moment.
I mean, I think KYC tokens are good. I think that one of the worst things for the internet is anonymity. Well, I can't say the word. To be anonymous on the internet. I think that's a huge challenge. I know that a lot of people want to be able to hide, but if this is going to work long term, you can't hide.
There has to be some sort of disclosure of who you are, but I don't think there should be parameters where how you spend your money, how you use your money.
Yeah, no. No, they shouldn't be full Gestapo, right? Like we shouldn't log everything. I mean, that's already what Facebook and social media is already doing. They gather all your information anyways. But it's true.
Yeah.
I don't like when there's like a full paper trail. of what someone did, like full bank statements of someone's private life. There needs to be also some kind of integrity here.
I was just thinking of a quote of like the real bull run in my head. It'll be compliance led. Not don't wait for the knock. It's already here.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh yeah, look, we're not compliant yet, blah blah blah. Um,
Yeah. Don't wait for the knock, huh?
oh man, let's let's talk a bit about the underhyped threat in DeFi AI bots, because I don't think there aren't just mev bots. So we kind of mentioned a bit earlier, and I think um, I think people are getting a handle of mevs. They're putting like protocols in dexes to like kind of stop mevs from like sandwich attacking you. Some of them already got very sophisticated. Um, But now there's full-blown agents scanning smart contracts in real time, so identifying weaknesses and adjusting strategy live. So it happened to a project I know. Basically, they had blockers for bots, but that the AI was like there was an AI bot that was scanning, and what they did is they attacked the project live and actually created a contract to actually farm the project. So they had to relaunch.
What time span are we talking here?
We're talking like seconds. We're
Jesus.
talking like as it launched, as they're putting the liquidity in, the contract interacted seamlessly and just freaking basically
But
bought
this is why
five.
for me, crypto just feels like a big, very expensive beta testing of a product.
So for me, I wanted to ask the question: is this a new frontier or just the end game for retail traders?
No,
So
but it really sounds like. But there's also something positive coming out of this, right? With that kind of speed, it means that the other side needs to develop an answer as well. So
yeah,
you have this like arms race between like military and terrorist, or like protagonist antagonist, and the same thing is happening in Web3. Maybe this is actually the solution. If we step on enough landmines, then at some point we will have a near perfect system.
I absolutely agree. I think the
So a
issue
lot
is
of people will lose a lot of money in the process because there is money in Web3. But that's also why there is so much activity here. No one wants to secure airlines. It's boring. There's no money in it. But if you find a glitch or a hack in Web3, then suddenly you can be a millionaire overnight. The incentives are just so much higher in Web3. I think that's why we see all these like tries for exploits.
yeah. Well, how do they? The question is, how do they get away with it and never get captured? Because I mean, even if you hide your transactions, it doesn't really.
I think most of them get caught when they off ramp. No? I feel like the police has become much better at actually tracking the possible off ramp solutions. And they have also started working more with exchanges that actually allows you to off ramp crypto.
Hmm. Well, they are. They're sharing transactions. That's definitely. But you know, what my biggest question is when we're talking about people getting taxed 40%, 50% for the hard earned money, even on chain. I know it doesn't sound a lot, but you stay day and night, right? And then you get these reports, and suddenly someone just comes and takes a chunk of your hard-earned earnings.
Yeah, we need to find a better taxation system. I agree.
100%, because the money is being used absolutely in useless scenarios. Instead of being
Yeah,
invested uh, correctly, it's being like, services are degrading. and
on which side do you mean? Which services?
Every single service. You're paying for all the governmental services. It's
Right,
all
right. Yeah. Okay. So on the tax paying. Okay. Yes, absolutely. So where the tax money should be spent, these services lose quality over time, even though we have never paid more taxes than we do today.
So yeah, it's going what if you think about it, you pay 45% of your salary. You got VAT 20% of everything, pretty much everything you buy, right? Then you got even when you die, you pay taxes on the taxes you've already paid.
There are a lot of taxes.
So hey, when do we win, huh? But look, I don't know. When will people raise? And talking about these AI, I think it's going to get very sophisticated. I don't know if you just want to educate everyone.
Sounds like they already are here and quite sophisticated as well.
Oh, they are, and I'm going to find something here. New AI meeting hacks. All right. So essentially, the news. All right. There was a few hacks that happened a few times. I don't know if you heard about what they essentially do is get you in a Google meeting, they make you download Google. And you think you're installing Google, then they drain your wallet.
So how did they get you into the meeting?
1 second. New meeting. I'm finding it now. I'm going to find the...
So it looks like something that is trusted, that people have seen like 100 million times, like joining a Google Meet.
Yeah, 100%. So what they do is people click the link, and they happen to like a very close project.
Yeah.
I think Google doesn't like you writing Google Meeting drain wallet. So let me ask Mr. ChatGPT if he can do this for us. And I'm gonna
Well, the best lies are half truths. If that's the way to get to people's computers, then that's just one more way, I guess.
So they're doing. There's a few things that what they're doing, right? So there's the new hacks there today. The virtual card takeover. So even if your physical card is saved, the virtual version saved on Google can be compromised. The relay attack via NFC. So I don't know if you've seen what they're doing on the banks now. They actually put in there's things like DeFi can solve very easy. They put in the NFC on near the on the what they call what the bank machines where you take money out. What they
I
called?
mean, we call them automats here, but I don't know what you call ATMs, maybe.
ATMs, yeah. So in the ATMs, they put these stickers, these NFC stickers, because the banks have them now as well for you to tap out and take cash out. What people are doing is they're putting they're tapping their phone or their card there, and it's not their NFC. It's actually going to someone else because it's overlay over the bank one. So essentially, the money that you think you're going to take out and you think it's not working, it's going to someone else and taking money. It's taking money out. Which I personally think, if you're doing something like this, there should be a wallet where it's strategized. You do NFC, it should tell you to approve it on your phone. You look at it and you go, okay, it'll tell you it's Lloyd's, for example, right? But with these, and you're just
there needs to be some kind of approval message. I agree with you. It will slow down the NFC functionality, but it will increase the security a lot. If it just asks you, like, did you just, try to connect to whatever the bank name is, Citibank or whatever.
But it's insane. So I don't know if you in June, what happened? June 20th. I don't know if you heard about CoinMarketCap hack. So like I mean, we're going away from what we were talking about DeFi, but these are like quite important because they're actually quite recent. So CoinMarketCap hacks. So the hackers injected malicious JavaScript into the homepage, generating a fake connect wallet pop-ups on CoinMarketCap. And how many people use that?
How much money was stolen?
There was only like 110 victims, so about 43. But still, imagine if it was someone else that had millions.
Jesus. Yeah.
Bloody hell,
Oof.
there's insane. There's
Well,
like
I don't connect my wallet to almost any space at all, but like that's scary. Like that's one of the bigger guys, you know.
but the biggest one, right, which no one
Yeah.
wants to talk about, no one, is the Inferno Drainer campaign. So a Drainer as a service tool. So it's active via Discord. It's using one-time smart contract and encrypted config to avoid detection. They took over $9 million.
Not bad in a day's work.
30K addresses between September to March 2025. So look how long it was happening for, and no one caught out.
Yeah.
Then you have the other
we need strong cybersecurity guys. We need to attract them into the Web3 space. For sure.
I lost like 10K to like this new attack, which was I think about a year ago, but I never thought it would happen to me because I'm relatively safe.
Yeah.
But it did.
So how do they do it? Do you have the details of how the attack happens?
That one I think it's called ice fishing or something. I did a bit of research, but I forgot. So essentially, what they do is they pick a project, they look at a transaction. Someone's doing a transaction, say a project, and then within that project, and they did it to me on my through a smart contract on my ledger because I was moving things around, and I approved it, which was absolutely insane. So yeah, we have a lot.
So you were already doing stuff, and you assumed that you were just moving it to the intended spot.
Yes, but I thought I was moving it from one wallet to the other. But what they did is they moved it to their
They
wallet.
hijacked the transaction.
Yep.
But how did they get the prompt up?
Honestly,
or were they prompting the phone? No, they were not.
No, so essentially, I was doing that transaction at that time myself. So what they did was they basically somehow picked me. I was the chosen one, and like they interacted with my transaction, and I approved their transaction. So I think what's it called? Ice fishing.
Yeah, you can see it can happen to the most paranoid of us. It doesn't matter how safe you try to be. New attacks are being used every day.
But if you Google like what's happening now, it's absolutely insane. So even the FBI, for example, issues a warning to scam targets for crypto users. Look at this.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe it's good that I have been offline for half a year, huh?
Well, you got a lot to catch up, my friend. A lot of work to catch up on.
Yeah.
So, but look, a lot going on. Obviously, the biggest news, I don't know if you heard about this, is this. This is the biggest news. In crypto today, France arrests 5 kidnapping of cryptocurrency entrepreneurs.
Yeah, that one. No, wait, not the kidnappers.
Yeah, they got arrested.
Okay, so the kidnappers got arrested, but was it the ones that were holding some Italian guy in the US?
That was in US, yeah.
Yeah.
But look, I don't want to share graphic. I don't want to share graphic scenes, but look at this. Look.
Is it the one where the
Look at that.
is it the one? Is it the one where the boyfriend is fighting the? They
The
tried
dad,
to kidnap.
the dad, they tried to kidnap the granddaughter, and he's trying to protect her.
Right, that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that it became more and more prevalent in. I don't know, like how many crypto multimillionaires do they have in France? I heard
Uh,
it's. I heard about a couple of them already in like
I,
Paris or.
I don't think they're gonna have any more crypto millionaires, to be quite honest with you. But
Yeah.
this is a big
But I don't,
issue.
but this is also something that I don't understand really. Like, if you get a lot of money, why do you have the need to flash it? You know, you make yourself a target. Like, just don't make yourself a target. I know it sounds like the dream to have a lot of money and be able to do whatever you want, but you're also a target. You have to remember that.
Yes, but look, people tend to show off in crypto because they think it's a good idea and it's gonna bring them more volume. It's gonna bring them more visibility in the market. It's gonna make them. They feel like they have power by showing off.
I mean, there is some truth to that, but you also like not all attention is good attention.
Yeah, but I don't think they understand that.
Why do you think that people don't do it from the traditional market's perspective?
Because they learned, because they had the same issue as the crypto guys.
Mm.
They were getting
So, for
kidnapped.
example, like, why are no one targeting Elon Musk's kids? They're like, nah, this guy doesn't even love his kids. He would never pay out some ransom.
Most likely, be like, nope.
He is too autistic. He thinks we live in a simulation.
He had the red. He had the. What the hell? I don't think it started. I don't know if LinkedIn is playing my live at the moment. Let's have a look.
Some slight difficulties.
Yeah, I don't know.
What would a
Anyway,
live be without some technical issues?
yeah, what would a live be without technical issues? I have started it. Anyway, look, if it's not on, we'll sort it out tomorrow because we're gonna have another live tomorrow at this time. I'm just checking
Oh,
it.
that's fun.
But funny thing is, I do like this LinkedIn. We got like 15 viewers, but they're probably all from X. We probably need to pick a time where people are not working. So, do you think we should do like 6 p.m. UTC?
Yeah, we can try it.
I think we'll do a bit later tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So where are we on? We've got like a few little things to talk about because I think we side railed. We'll probably do an episode 2 to actually finish this, talking about liquidity and stuff because I think it's a big topic.
It is a huge one. It's a
And
huge one.
we were meant to have Lars today, but the problem with Lars is he got caught in a meeting, so we would have had a three-way conversation because he wants to say something. I don't know what he's gonna say, but he wants to say something. Let's talk about retail. How do you think retail is being manipulated? Are they being manipulated?
I mean, in the last like half year or so, or like give me a timeline here. So what have you seen in the retail, on the retail side?
Well, I've seen people like he hasn't actually started the live. Yeah, that's why people are saying that. Why isn't it working? Oh well. Oh well. So essentially, what I meant about is, like the token unlockings being routed through bridges to create fake volume, DAO proposals that that quality shifts tokenomics in favor of insiders, admin controls. There's a lot of things like LP rewards.
Wait, is all that part of retail, you mean?
Yeah, that is always a part of retail. And it's been
Well,
part of
okay, let's tackle them one by one. Which one was the first one you said?
token unlocking. Let's talk about that.
Unlocking was the first one. Token unlocking is always a difficult one. It's one of the biggest worries from the investor's point of view, because of how how everyone is afraid that the team will sell on them or dump on them. Can you trust unlocking? Like, who can you trust? Who can be trusted? There are quite a few questions here. My experience with unlocking is that it has been okay. There are sometimes we have locked tokens in different projects, and there has been like a major update, and we needed to unlock the tokens, but we were not able to unlock them to move our liquidity. And that has been frustrating.
But like, what's happened a few times I've noticed is that people have like their tokens and they're promised that they're going to be unlocked, and you never get your token. So there's that manipulation there as well. How do you solve that? I know there's mechanisms that do it automatically, but
we have always had it done automatically.
Yeah, we had it done automatically, but the issue we have is some projects our founders will say, well, it's going to be done automatically, but in reality, it's not.
That is an issue. That's a violation of trust, and that's not how you should conduct any business. And if a founder is found out to do this or have this kind of practices, it's just don't do business with this person, I would say. But so what would your suggestion be then? That we remove the possibility for unlocking tokens manually? I think it's a great tool still.
It's a great tool, but there should be a voting system where the investor allows the founder to remove the liquidity. It shouldn't be where the founder has the keys to remove liquidity.
Should it be the investors, or should it be like the what's it called? Like the board could vote for it?
You could have a board, but the issue is, like, will it be in the best interest of the major investors? Because obviously, say I put $5 million in there. And I lose $5 million. But then again, both don't make sense, because the investor wants to make money. They might not care about the product.
Yeah. No, and this is absolutely a risk that everyone in crypto is taking a lot. And that is, when you invest in crypto, you don't have too much of a legal system to fall back on if the founders are malicious.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to drag someone to court if it turns out that they were just in the VC race. They were just in it to take some money. They never planned to actually develop a product. They developed some bullshit and say this is the best we could do with the funding we had, and it's like they created a PDF or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they just disappear, and that's it. Take the
Yeah.
money, and they go, "Sorry, guys, we tried our best."
Yeah, exactly. We tried our best.
Which is a shame, really.
But
Like
it
you know,
happens in the traditional market. You see it in the traditional market as well, like from the traditional VC point of view.
so yeah, I know. So we talked a bit about like how you have some of the admin controls where admins actually have the possibility to rug pull you anytime in the network. So how do you solve that? There has to be mechanisms. There'll probably be
I
something in the future, but
I think that the one way to protect yourself is with a multi-sig solution, or that you have a timed unlocking schedule.
100%. But this thing doesn't. I think there should be like a thing where some guy created a bot. I remember in 2021. I don't know if he's probably got too rich to care anymore. I probably not maintain it. But what it did is, if it detects someone trying to remove liquidity, it would sell. It would front run them, and it would sell.
Did it work for him?
No, like I said, he probably is rich now, right? So
Okay.
he's probably now updating the bot. But the bot used to work very, very well.
Okay.
But
Well, front runner bots. Yeah. There are so many topics you're opening up here, huh?
oh,
The front run.
we got part 2 tomorrow. So we gotta we
Yeah, because the front runners, like that is a whole industry I would love to just shut down completely. If I had some resources, I would absolutely go after front runners.
I think everyone feels the same way about front runners.
Yeah.
I think everyone feels the same way. It's just one of these things that we need to somehow eliminate, because people with no expertise, they just, well, you don't have to be an expert to actually invest, right? But what's happening is they think they're investing, but they're investing in products that either front runners will get, or trading manipulation will happen, like wash trading.
Yeah.
So let's we'll wrap this up on a delighted note, because we didn't talk about a lot of things that we had to talk about. But I think what we'll do is we'll talk about how we can improve these things, about the do's and don'ts tomorrow, and what we kind of learned. Protect your keys, guys. Make sure to protect your keys. Read the code and don't be exit for anyone. That's a life lesson
Yeah.
today.
Life
But
lessons.
tomorrow we're gonna
And
try
don't accept any wallet connections anywhere.
yeah, definitely don't just click anything just because you think your friend sent you a link,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
sometimes it's
that's a
not
good
even your
one.
friend.
Don't click links. Just don't click links.
Or get good security scans every link possible.
Yeah.
So, Anton, we ready? We'll come tomorrow night. I think we're gonna do it at 6 p.m. UTC tomorrow. Make
Yeah.
sure
Let's
that
see if we have some more people here, and let's see if we get some buzz going.
well, we had a bit of an issue because it didn't stream for some reason on LinkedIn, and a few people did text me saying, "Why isn't this streaming?" For some odd reason, it's saying on here, it's saying it's streaming, but it didn't stream on LinkedIn.
Hmm. It says
So
live for me, but I don't know if it is live.
yeah, that's what it's live on YouTube, live on and here it says it's live as well, but it's not. So I have no idea why it's done this.
Let's try to figure it out, and let's come back tomorrow with all the technicals working.
Definitely. Well, no, it was working fine the other day. So and usually when it says this, it's working on YouTube and LinkedIn and X, by the way.
All right.
So anyway, boys and girls, it was a pleasure. We'll probably start growing this a little bit more and more topics. I'll turn my camera on tomorrow, so it doesn't look like you're just watching the screen. But have a blessed day, Hingston. Let's
You
continue
too,
to
my
work.
man. Yeah.
Catch you guys later.